Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and today we will be starting a series for the game Deponia, the Complete Journey, which is technically 3 games combined together. Deponia, Chaos and Deponia, and Goodbye to Deponia. It is a point-and-click adventure, and it is replacing Sam and Max Save the World, which I just covered in this time slot. Now, my choices were a little limited. I didn't want 2 time slots on my channel dedicated to point-and-click adventures. This is a point-and-click adventure. But it is not a Telltale game, and it is written by a completely different group of people, so the story and the dialogue, while they may have some similarities and some shared influences, are not going to be the same. So I figured we might as well do one non-Telltale game now, and then we'll get back to, after this series, the multiple other Telltale point-and-click adventures that I have to play until... And some of the Telltale games aren't point-and-click adventures now, they've become their own thing. So this is going to be a rather traditional, I suspect, point-and-click adventure. This was originally made in German, and then released in English, which is interesting because we're going to have we're going to be coming from the perspective of, well, this was a game created by a German culture, a person from German's culture, so it will have a slightly different style of comedy. Subtitles will be on. Audio, I've done my best. It doesn't seem like the audio actually affects that any of these bars affect the audio and music in the menu. I am going to try and turn developers' commentary off, but I don't think that's going to actually work. And one last thing before we start, I want to point out that this game has its own custom cursor that is going to be interactive. We'll see it in the tutorial. And so this cursor changes based on what you can do to the item you're hovering over it. But unfortunately, what that causes through their programming is if I get too far to the edges, particularly the bottom edge or the right edge, my regular cursor appears in the middle of the game, but then if I click, it still counts the click as far off to the edge and will take me out of the window. So I am going to have to be careful about 10% edges. Just try not to get the special cursor past these points. So otherwise I'll actually get outside of the game and have to come back to it. And I think that's all we really need to know. We're going to do a tutorial, and I have no idea what happens in this story. So, I've just played it a little bit. I wish I could play as there's 2 options. You can use the mouse wheel to scroll down the inventory box, or you can click a little handle. I wish I could play as the handle, but then if I play as the handle, it puts the handle down this direction to click it and put it back. This is an interesting bug. They're selling their other games. 3 of these boxes actually are Deponia games, so there's no reason to try and sell them again. And then the other 3 are other games made by the publishing company, maybe the game creator, and then hit Facebook. Not even Twitter. This came out in 2002. So we're going to play as the mouse wheel. It works fine. So you have the first of the trilogy, which is chapter 1, 2, 3, and then you have chapter 4, and then which is the second of the trilogy, Chaos and Deponia, and then 5, and somewhere there must be a 6 and 7. And because then the 3rd chapter is called chapter 8, which is Goodbye to Deponia, which then I assume it has chapter 9 or 10 or maybe even 11. Doesn't matter. This whole game, the complete thing, is going to take about 30 hours from my research.
What is it now? Wasn't the game supposed to have started already?
Yeah, well, yes. But the junk press broke down, and we thought we'd use the time for a little tutorial.
Who thought that? I don't need no stinking tutorials.
So how are you going to fix the junk press?
Just watch me and learn.
Maybe you want to listen to what I have to say first?
But you don't have anything to say.
Oh, come on. It won't be long. Just point the cursor at me and left click.
We'll see about that.
So, we're thrown into the tutorial of the first game, Deponia. Right here is the director's commentary. Now, here's the problem. Normally, for games, I would want to click on this and hear the director's commentary for every single screen that's going to be in this game, I think is what he promises. Maybe that's not quite accurate, but that's going to be a lot of commentaries. But I don't know anything about this game, and I don't love this game yet. So I'm not ready to have the developer's commentary on, and I really don't want this big old icon of the creator on. And of course the creator isn't German, so his commentary is actually being redubbed by somebody else in English, which means you're not even going to be hearing the actual creator of the game. You're going to be hearing a voice actor reading from what the actual creator said. So, but I clicked, remember, no developer's commentary, and it's still there. So we have to go back to hit escape, go back to the menu, and now we're actually in Welcome to Deponia's, or just Deponia, his menu, which is slightly different. If you click on the settings, you notice that the volume controls are different. The developer's commentary is still clicked, and oh yeah, I do have some high resolution stuff on. Of course, I want to get the best video graphics, so I have to come back and click it. There's also some bonus stuff here as far as videos, sculpture. I have no idea what that is, and hints that seem like simple, just things that you might need to use in case you quick save. Like, none of those hints look like they're game hints as much as just interaction hints. So now the developer's commentary is gone, and we can focus on the tutorial of this game. So he told us to left click on him, so we'll left click on Wenzel. And this guy, I think his name is Rufus.
Computer, talk to Wenzel.
You don't have to say that explicitly.
Who's talking to you?
Why, you are. You clicked on me.
Smarty pants. Just tell me what's wrong with the junk press. And stop wiggling your feet.
It's pressing only very gently now and doesn't really squish sufficiently.
Hey, every idiot can see that.
Well, why don't you present the tutorial then?
Okay, piece of cake. But first, I'll explain,
how to talk to somebody.
how to talk to somebody.
You click on a character with the mouth icon.
No, you're completely wrong. I'm talking to you using the speech bubble icon. Everyone knows there's no mouth icon in this game, but there's a speech bubble icon to talk instead. Oh, and my favorite icon, the Rufus head icon for putting on, eating, and drinking things. If you can't even understand that, how am I ever going to be able to teach you how?
So it's kind of funny, like the classic point-and-click adventure things, I could just click how to talk to somebody and go in a full loop again. I'm going to try to avoid doing any of that because that would be rather boring, and it's much better that we just try to sort of competently run through this game. I don't want to sit here and waste a huge amount of time screwing around. We'll waste enough time just trying to figure out puzzles, I'm sure. So how to look at an object.
How to look at an object.
I know that.
I see. And how?
I point my cursor at it and right-click when I see the eye icon.
Well, the theory is easy, but how about the actual practice?
Hey, this is your tutorial.
You're a cop-out, but be that as it may, I'll demonstrate. Do you see that little thingy on the floor over there? I will now use the tongue icon.
The eye icon.
Yeah, I will now click on it, thusly having a look at it. So you better watch closely.
So the problem here is the thing on the floor. Well, here's a thing that's connected to the floor. Here's a thing that's actually on the floor. But there might be some other thing somewhere on the floor that you might be looking at. They should have lit up this, because I'm pretty sure this is what they're talking about. So you see when we hover over Wenzel, the cursor changes to the speech bubble icon, so he was actually right about that. And then when we hover over this yin thing, we have the eye icon, sort of, but it's like the gear in the top right, I believe, is the eye icon. So it's saying we could look at Wenzel with the right click, and we can talk with the left click, and we could look at the yin with the right click and pick it up with the left click. So let's just do that.
What's that?
It's a cathode plunger.
Thanks for the input, Wenzel, but I recognize a hydro clamp duplexer when I see one. Too bad I can only look at it. A duplexer like that could be useful.
You can pick it up. You just have to point your cursor at it so the hand icon appears. If you left-click now, you'll pick it up.
There has to be an easier way.
If you say so.
Alright, we pick it up.
Okay, I've picked up the duplexer, but what am I supposed to do with it now?
You put it into your inventory. That's where all the items go. You've picked up that object. Now you can open your inventory by using your mouse wheel.
So we scroll down the
Hey,
mouse
there
wheel.
it is.
Correct. This is your inventory.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's where you can see what you're carrying around. You still know how to do that, don't you?
So the question is, where does this yang come from?
How did this strange thing end up in my inventory?
I have no idea. Maybe you'll need it for the tutorial.
Tutorial schmutorial. What am I supposed to do with this?
It looks like a broken spare part.
Well, then watch me fix it.
So you can also save here, and I believe this would give you a hint. I don't think we'll be needing either one of those. So we yin and yang, we'll put them together, I guess. Left click on the yang, then left click on the yin.
Look, Wenzel, I'm almost done.
Impressive. But I mean that.
So now we have this spare part.
Look, Wenzel, I'm almost done.
Impressive. But I mean that.
Alright, so to get rid of our inventory, we scroll up. We can right click on.
This is Wenzel, my sidekick, the eternal number 2.
Now you can't click on yourself, which only really helps in the fact of walking around with the left click when there is nothing, because you don't risk then potentially left clicking on yourself and pulling up an inventory. So here we have a button. I can't even look at the button, but I could push it.
When you're ready, you'll have to...
Now hold your horses, will you? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
When you're ready, you'll have to...
Now hold your horses, will you? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
So it's stopping me from pushing the button right now.
So this is the thing I'm supposed to fix?
You might as well give up now. It'll never work.
Look, I know. This situation might look hopeless for a layman, but as you know, hopeless is my middle name. I'll sail this ship onto the sandbank eventually.
All right.
So you could skip the tutorial right here if you wanted to. This is pretty basic stuff for a point-click adventure. We should all know you left click in the inventory, roll the inventory back up, and then put this right there.
Huh, it fits.
Now you have to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
If you say so.
The problem here is this junk press looks like it's gonna crush me when I hit this button. It really does.
So, this is the thing I'm supposed to fix?
You might as well give up now. It'll never work.
Look, I know. This situation might look hopeless for a layman, but as you know,
So they're
hopeless is
repeating
my middle
dialogue.
name. I'll sail this ship onto the sandbank eventually.
All right.
And I won't cause it to repeat. You can left click and have them skip sentences. So if I click here
Yeah,
and
I
talk
wanted
to
to
him.
explain
So we have several other dialogue choices now. We already did uh, things. We already looked at an object. We already opened the inventory. We already used the objects inside the inventory. The only one we haven't actually done is how to end the dialogue.
how to end a dialogue.
You click on the last option in the options menu?
Ha! Completely wrong.
So I'm gonna hit the button and I'm gonna get squashed, it looks like.
Rufus, there's one more thing.
I told you I'd manage without your help. Now, all I have to do is press this button here, and right away...
Oh, how I love tutorials!
It's kind of pathetic, you get all erratic about dirty dishes congesting the sink. I'm tired of your bothers, remember our fathers that dwelled in a world filled with rubbish and stink. But when all hope was lost, someone raised from the dust. He was handsome and cunning, his haircut had style, courage was shining in his eyes as he said, screw you guys, mind your own business, I'm off now, goodbye. Huzzah, he's off now, goodbye.
Credits at the beginning. Interesting.
Junk. Junk. And more junk. A life of order and happiness. Oh, my bad. That was junk too. Well, that does it. I need to leave this dump. Fortunately, this time my plan is foolproof. This time everything will work out. Where did I put my list? Heck, I really have to get away from this junkyard.
So that intro sequence picks up a little bit, but that tutorial was a little dry. Normally if I was just playing the game myself, I would have skipped it. Let's see, let's look at our
It really
suitcase.
is time I got out of here.
We could look at everything, but I think what we're gonna very quickly find out is that looking at items in point and click adventure is usually not worth your time. You'll get some like comment, but it's not gonna open anything as a potential puzzle.
Nah, like always, there's only junk on TV.
So Deponia is like a city that is a junkyard, just full of junk, is what I think I read in my small amount of research.
Ah, there's my list. Let's see. Seems like I've packed almost everything I need. All I need now are some provisions. A toothbrush, a pair of socks, and a bolt cutter. A bolt cutter? What the... Well, guess I must have had a reason to put it on the list.
So, what's this? We've got find the list, pack the suitcase, get these items, go to Elysium, which I assume is where you're going to try to escape from Deponia. I don't know if it's really escape or just leaving. So I imagine throughout the game this is going to get more and more twisted a path, and it's going to take longer and more effort than you would realize. So here's an olive can. Is that our provisions? Here's a torch. We'll just take everything we can
My
find.
father left me a trunk before he left me. I don't want to open it. I don't want to be disappointed yet again.
That's sad.
Oh, my father left me. Besides alone was this stupid wooden trunk. Then he left Deponia without me.
So he's not happy. So if I click and actually use the telescope, will I see through it?
Blech.
Nope. So
Nah,
same
like
same
always,
response
there's only
if I
junk
look
on
through
TV.
it or use it. Often the case. We'll go down. Notice the cursor changes to a little arrow when you change levels, or we'll take the first aid kit. Could always use that.
Locked. Tony must have the key.
Who's Tony? We'll grab our toothbrush.
Whoa! What the toothbrush bailed out on me. Guess I should have kept it in a more germ-free environment.
Let's click in the dark corner, see if we can get it back.
Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Oh, crap. I need a better plan to catch it.
So this game has already gotten ridiculous. We're going to have to capture this sentient toothbrush. Let's open the locker door and see if there's anything we have in here. Well, here's the bolt cutter. And here's the detergent. Like any point and click adventure, we want to pick up everything. What does this say? Gaping Git?
Another note from Tony. Well, what's she complaining about now? Will you please clean the bathroom for once? Yeah, right. In her dreams.
So he's like, is he living with a girl? It doesn't sound like I don't know what their relationship is gonna be. So this is their toilet. That looks a little claustrophobic. Let's take the plunger. So we've got considerable amount of stuff right now. I think the funniest thing, and often the funniest thing is the right thing, is to use the plunger in the dark corner to get our toothbrush.
Nope. The corner once was a good hiding place, but that's the first place Tony will look.
Nope. Interesting. So if you right click, you stop using that item. Behind Tony's house. Door to Tony's room.
This is Tony's room, the lion's den, or more aptly, the dragon's lair.
And let's see, how do you walk downward? Do you just click on like the sink here? Yeah. Seems like they do their best to conserve water, but they have some level of technology too. Here's another malicious memo. Let's just pick them all up.
Do the dishes already. They won't do themselves. Oh yeah? Well, I'll take that chance.
So we are getting 2 notes here.
I guess I could smudge the note this way. But why should I? I'm not reading the notes anyway.
I imagine we need the notes to start some kind of fire.
You scoffed all the food yet again, and I keep finding your crap in the fridge. What the hell's wrong with you? Huh? I don't understand the question.
A yellow sock in your refrigerator? That's pretty gross. So, you grow up in a junkyard, you may not be the cleanest of person. Let's grab the
I'll have a
coat.
quick look. See if I can find something useful in the pockets. Hey, there really was something in there. A sock. Cool.
So I have 2 socks now. Of different colors. Let's read this nagging note.
You're not supposed to eat on the sofa. I keep finding leftovers in it. Huh? Well, isn't that a good thing?
Oven. So, 4 notes for the oven.
Burn the note. Not a bad idea. But I need some more for the fire to really get going.
Okay, so we gotta find a few more notes. Do I have anything that, let's see, plunger
I
with
don't
pot of
like
water?
clean tools.
They always give the impression that I haven't worked hard enough.
Let's see, fork with the
I
pot
don't
of
see
water?
why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it.
Let's try the pot of water with the dark
Why
corner.
would I want to clean in there? It's dark anyway.
Let's see, maybe clean the wash basin?
Tony says it's my turn to clean the bathroom. Now that's just unfair. It's never her turn.
I've been waiting for weeks, and it's never her turn.
So, maybe I am gonna have to clean the bathroom. Let's see, can we have detergent with water. Combine that. Now we have pot with detergent. We have a sock with
I may
pot.
not be an expert, but I'm sure I need a hot wash. Too bad there's no boiling water.
Ah! So we're figuring this out. We need some boiling water, but before we get to that, we need some more notes. Let's go to Tony's room.
Ah! Whoa, what's that? A guillotine so I won't enter her room? Whoa, that girl has issues. I honestly wonder why we were ever together at all.
Severe slip.
Stay out of my room. You have no business in there anymore. Who does Tony think she is? I've got better things to do than rummage through her drawers.
Actually, that's exactly what I was gonna do.
No, I haven't finished packing yet.
Alright, so he won't exit through that door. We have the hot plate, so I can go ahead and put this on the hot plate. And maybe I have enough of notes. It says a bunch of notes now instead of 5
In you go.
to start a fire. Do I have something to start the fire with? Will the hand torch work? Yep. And sock in the pot.
I may not be an expert, but I'm sure I need a hot wash.
And other sock in the pot. And can of used oil, fork, maybe fork in the pot.
Whoa, look at that. The sock changed color. Who would have thought it? Well, where's the other one? Clear case of subtractive color mixing.
So let's see if we can.
Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Oh, crap. I need a better plan to catch it.
We still got some stuff here we need to figure out. There's nothing in this bathroom, look
Tony
at...
says it's my turn to clean the bathroom. Now that's just what I've been waiting for weeks, and it's...
I'll skip through that. Dialogue. You know, it would certainly be a quicker experience if I had played this game by myself before recording my coverage of it, but that's certainly not going to work for a 30-hour game. And that gets really back to the developer's commentary, is that I'm going to have to love this game if I am going to come back later and play it a second time with developer's commentary on. But I imagine it would be rather easy to speedrun on the second time. Let's see. I have used oil. Let's see if the used oil works in the oven
Adding
or in the
oil
pot.
to the flames is not part of my escape plan, but it's an integral part of Plan B.
Let's try the pot with
I
oil.
think I can find a better place for used oil. The fresh water supply, for instance.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. We have a green sock now. Let's get the crumbs on the sofa off.
Seems there are still some wasabi peas in there, but without something to put them into, I'm not collecting them.
Use the plunger on the crumbs on the
Nothing
sofa.
that needs plunger treatment, I'm afraid. Yeah, too bad. Wielding the plunger is my favorite pastime.
So let's see if we can leave here.
No, I haven't finished packing yet.
So we have crumbs on the sofa. We have the pot. Let's grab the pot and see if we can pick it up.
Ouch! Damn it! That's hot! Ouch! Damn it! That's hot!
Close that. I suppose we should try the sock in it again, see if it changes color.
Whoa, enough with the laundry. I feel a rash coming on. What nasty.
Let's see, he said the used oil should be in the water supply, so I'll pour it down
Let's
the
get
sink.
rid of this thing.
Ah! And then let's turn on the sink.
What nasty.
That is gross looking water. So, can I now use this empty can on the pot to wash it out? Or do I?
The drinking water is so brackish that things get cleaner by not washing them.
Alright, let's try the jar in the dark corner then.
I doubt if I'll find anything appetizing back there.
Oh, I'll put the crumbs on the sofa in the jar.
Seems there are still some wasabi peas in there. I guess these will make good provisions for the journey.
So, now I have provisions, I have the bolt cutter, and what did I need? Let's look at the list again. We have this, and we need socks. I only have one sock now, so I may have actually made a mistake in washing the socks.
It's mocking me. Yeah? Well, just you wait.
Let's try the hand torch on it. It's a
Nope.
dark corner.
The corner once was a good hiding place, but that's the first place Tony will look.
Let's try the this on the wash basin.
I don't like clean tools. They always give the impression that I haven't worked hard enough.
Let's try the plunger on the wash basin.
Nothing that needs plunger treatment, I'm afraid. Yeah, too bad. Wielding the plunger is my favorite pastime.
Am I supposed to use the sock with the wash
I wonder
basin?
if I can find the second socket here.
Let's just use the wash basin.
What gnat's piss? Locked. Tony must have the key.
So, I'm running out of ideas here. Oh, let's grab this cushion. I haven't clicked on that.
What's this? A sock? That explains why I've had such cheesy dreams.
Let's see. Grab that green sock to match the other green sock. Let's grab the suitcase.
It really is time I got out of here.
Let's grab this suitcase. Nothing in here. So I don't think we can do anything with the trunk. Pair of socks, they look like they've been tied together. Bolt cutter, let's try the bolt cutter on the trunk. Why not?
I've given up trying to open the trunk. I don't even want to know what's in there.
Looks like there's water in there. Let's try the bolt cutter on the first aid kit. That makes kind of sense.
Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker. Damn, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool. Nope. The corner once was a good hiding place, but that's the first place Tony will look.
Let's see. So, right tool.
This would make a fabulous all-round tool. Nah, who needs fabulous all-round tools anyway? That's for amateurs.
Let's try the hand torch on the first aid kit.
Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker. Damn, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool.
Let's try the plunger on it.
Nothing that needs plunger treatment, I'm afraid. Yeah, too bad. Wielding the plunger is my favorite pastime.
Yeah, we're getting repetitive here.
It's mocking me. Yeah? Well, just you wait.
And are we gonna have to already ask for a hint? Let's look in the code again.
Well, I think that's all. Should be enough.
Let's just try and sit on the sofa. Maybe
Well, I
something
think
will
that's
happen.
all. Should be enough.
Let's try the bolt cutter in the pot.
A bolt cutter is a pretty useless gadget if you think about it.
Oh, here's a thing we haven't clicked on. Let's look in the closet here.
Huh, not a chance. The handle is missing and I can't get my fingers into the cracks.
Okay, there's what the plunger's for. So this is often the problem of point-and-click adventures. You just have to hover your mouse over or click on everything. That looked just like a box to me. I didn't think for a second that it was actually something you were going to interact with.
Ouch!
I I guess that's what I get for sticking my hand in a mouse hole. But that's exactly what I needed. Now I can use this mouse trap on the dark corner.
Nah, I don't think this will work without the right bait.
And what can I use for bait?
The mouse skedaddled long ago, which doesn't mean that its plan was better than mine. I'm not sticking my hand in there again.
We can try the mouse trap with the
I'll
socks.
admit it smells of cheese, but I doubt that it'll make good bait.
Oh, the mouse trap and provisions work.
Now the little bugger's in for a surprise.
So we have a trap with bait. I'm surprised that worked. Put it in the dark corner.
Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Gotcha. Ha, gotcha. I'll make you suffer the next time I brush my teeth.
Okay, that's all a bunch of ridiculousness. Let's just put the toothbrush in the detergent with pot.
The toothbrush is there for cleaning, not for being clean.
Okay. So on our list now we have the bolt cutter, the toothbrush, the socks, and the provisions. We have everything we need. So we can't pick up the pot right now. I imagine what's going to happen is we're going to come back to this area later to get like the first aid kit and all that. Let's go behind Tony's house now.
No, I haven't finished packing yet.
Oh, I guess I have to actually go and pack. Okay. So toothbrush goes in suitcase.
Toothbrush. Check.
Ding. It's gonna even check it off, okay. Provisions, check. A little weird here that we have to actually put it in the suitcase.
Provisions. Check.
Socks.
Socks. Check.
No ding? Maybe it was too close to the other ding. And bolt cutters.
Bolt cutter, for whatever reason. Check. Ha! Seems like I've packed everything. Oh, I can't close it anymore. Oh, seems like I've got to unpack something. But what?
Okay, so this is an interesting thought. The usually don't do this in point and click adventures. So what is the most useful item is, well, you would take out like the socks or the toothbrush. You would think by far the provisions and the bolt cutter is going to be the most useful thing. But knowing point and click adventures as I do, and knowing that he already said the bolt cutter is a pretty useless thing, I'm going to take it out and keep all the others, because there will be some comedic use for each of these items. I don't think there can really be very many comedic uses for a bolt cutter other than actually cutting a bolt.
I'll never be able to close the suitcase with a monster like that in there. I mean, I won't need a bolt cutter where I'm going. I wonder why it was on the list in the first place. Now it fits. Packed and ready to go. I think I just strained something.
Hey, Rufus, you should save your energy for the unavoidable drop into the abyss.
Yeah, thanks, Wenzel. You can save your sarcasm for someone less well-prepared than me. This time, I took everything into account. It'll be a stroll in the park.
Ah, That's what you said last time. It took us days to remove the cactus spikes from your butt, remember?
That's all toxic runoff under the bridge. This time everything will work out. And when finally an Elysian orbit pixie massages my back, I'll ask her to pause for a minute so I can laugh about you.
Whatever. But say, can I have your stuff when you're gone?
Yeah, sure, help yourself. As if anything on this dump is valuable.
It's time for me to leave all this behind.
Great. I hope you remembered to calibrate the harpoon.
I'll do that later, after I've stored everything in the pod.
Well, then hurry up. Well, you know that the Organon are always on time.
What's an Organon? Lore creep. So we got some new music here, and we've met with Wenzel, and I suppose if necessary I could go back in the pod. Or I could go into Tony's house, which doesn't make sense. Which way did we come? Oh, we must have been living in Tony's house. Living off Tony, apparently. So what we're trying to do here is go up. See.
There. Now where shall I put it?
Let's put it in the storage space of this pod.
The storage space is closed.
Ah, come on. Open the storage space. Grab the battery.
There. And now?
And then take the suitcase and put it in the storage space.
There we go.
Take the battery. Put it
I
in the
just
storage
got that
space.
from there.
See, seat.
No problem. Oh, crap. It's screwed tight.
So we have this pod. It's hooked to this harpoon.
I just need to prepare my escape pod for launch, adjust the harpoon, light the fuse, and then it's showtime. Then the rockets will shoot a powerful electromagnet toward a passing Organon cruiser. The escape pod is connected to that very powerful electromagnet via a long chain. Once the magnet is attached to the Organon cruiser, I can reel in the chain with a pedal-operated winch system and pull myself and the pod up. Then, the cruiser will bring me directly to Elysium. This time, nothing can go wrong.
So we're basically getting it. It would have been kind of nice if there was an intro that had explained all of that. Like that Elysium is some floating city in the sky. Let's play with the control panel a little bit and calibrate it.
I'll have to prepare the escape pod first. I want to be better prepared this time.
Okay. We can't do anything with this telescope, which is a little weird. We could talk to Wenzel. Not that we really want to. Let's do it just to make sure.
Hey, Wenzel.
What's up?
Do you also think there are boundless riches in Elysium? About the plan? Question mark. Any signs of the Oregon yet? See you later, Wenzel. Let's ask.
Are there any problems?
Problems? No. The plan is perfect. But
Where the heck should I put the battery? That's a good question.
where shall I put the battery?
Well, I told you the seat is taking up too much space.
Yeah, but you're quite the mumbler, too.
Whatever you say. Anything else?
No problems. Why?
Of course not. Of course. How could I ever think such a thing?
Alright. I'll go back to work.
then.
Better do that. You haven't got much time left.
So, we have this torch. Maybe we can use the torch to get rid of the seat, and then we can put the battery in there.
Boy, it's attached firmly.
Let's pick up this wrench and use that then. use the wrench. This still feels very much tutorial-ish.
I might be able to do without this.
Now we take the battery and put it on the base
How's it gonna be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit?
Let's see. Let's use the seat with the battery.
This isn't much use now, I guess. Never! My inventory could burn, and Tony is not going to mend it again.
Let's see. Let's try to winch
This
in the
isn't much
seat.
use now, I guess.
So I've got to figure out a way to take the battery and put it in. Well, actually, maybe I can take this. Nope, I can't take my suitcase out and sit on my suitcase. That is kind of silly. Let's look at the base plate.
That's where the seat is attached. I'll need some kind of replacement.
So we gotta figure out how to turn that battery into a replacement. Let's go back into the house. Maybe we can go pick up the bolt cutter. That would be a funny turn of events if we just ran back and picked up the bolt cutter and that completely was just a pointless thing. It would also make a lot of sense as far as to leaving something behind. But nope, the bolt cutter is here, so either your only option was to leave the bolt cutter, or you're given one of 4 options, and that kind of would then mean there are multiple ways around every solution, or none of those items are going to be important. So we got the seat, but I don't think there's anything else that would be useful. So let's go to the front and check out this area. Doorbell, chili pepper, and let's see if we can just grab the chili pepper.
Ouch!
Can't use the wrench to get the chili pepper, can we?
There's nothing that needs to be screwed here.
This is a little too loud and a little too busy for a point-and-click adventure as far as the music. The music's too loud and busy. I mean, because I'm really noticing it, and we're eventually going to... Well, I didn't even realize that was going to happen. I was just clicking on the mailbox. Oops. Little drone here. And let's talk to this guy. We haven't talked to him. We'll have a full and proper conversation
Hello,
with
Hank.
him.
Hey, well,
Rufus?
I'm really terrible with names.
Is the tunnel closed again? What's the tunnel? Is this the tunnel?
Is the tunnel closed again?
Yes, we had another collapse in Sector 7.
Another junk slide? All this trash is really driving me nuts. I'm glad I'll be going for the good stuff.
Are you?
You bet.
Well, I only know you won't be leaving through this tunnel.
Did you see Tony anywhere?
Did you see Tony anywhere?
Tony?
Big, angry, breathes fire. My former girlfriend.
Tony. Well, I guess she's down in her store, working, like everybody else, except you.
I will be finally leaving this junk heap of a planet.
I'll finally leave this junk heap of a planet.
Oh yeah, another one of your brilliant plans?
This time, it's absolutely foolproof.
Yeah, that's right. You being a fool. But I reckon you running around here has got nothing to do with any other problem.
No, it hasn't.
Well, good for you.
Well, the plan itself is foolproof, but...
The plan itself is foolproof, but...
Here we go.
I just need to prepare the capsule for launch, adjust the harpoon, light the fuse, and the... I removed the seat, but where do I put the battery now? Don't worry, I'll make it. So, both of these look like they would give us solutions to the puzzle that I don't want to just outright ask the game to explain to me.
Don't worry, I'll make it.
Sure.
I want to be a little bit stubborn.
I'll write you a postcard from Elysium.
You go ahead and do that.
So, it's a whole planet full of junk. They must have international, like, the ability to fly around different planets.
A saddle-shaped box. A classic.
Ah! So I got the mailbox, and I think that fixes everything. So if Tony's in her shop, where's her shop? And I still don't know why I put the fork in there. If I had the fork, I might have been able to open the first aid kit. Who knows what's in that? I might have actually missed something there. Alright, so let's use the saddle-shaped box with the base plate.
Ha! There you go.
And open the mailbox. And use the battery in the mailbox.
Ha! There you go. There. The capsule is ready. Now, all I have to do is calibrate the harpoon.
Ding. So, we haven't calibrated the harpoon. We can't just make a straight run to Elysium. Now we have more of a path. And I imagine what's going to happen is this is all going to get crossed out when it doesn't work, and then we are going to have a new plan to Elysium, and then a new plan, and then a new plan, and eventually it's going to end up with just going down all the way. And this looks like it's only chapter 1, so as soon as we get to chapter 2, we'll have a new page. So let's calibrate the harpoon. We have no idea how that works.
There. Too bad the two directions of the control stick are blocked, but who needs those anyway? The main thing is that the crosshairs are right on the tracks. And then I'm gone. Ha! This will be a walk in the park.
Okay, two directions are blocked. So I can go up and to the left, down and to the right. But the only way I can get higher is this way. That didn't do anything. Boy, it did something really fast. Oh, this is an interesting... This is an interesting puzzle because it moves kind of like a knight. Yeah, it moves like a knight. This is just a knight puzzle. So if I went up here and then over here and then up here and then over here and then up here. Let's see, can't go that way, can't go this way. This way. This way. How about up here? And this way. This way. Up here. Up here? Is this it? Almost there. Just gotta figure this out. I go over here, and then right here, got it.
I did it! Now, I'll just light the fuse and boom! Well, that should be it. Stand by, Wenzel. Ah!
Hello, Rufus.
Tony, why are you sneaking around like that?
This is still my house, remember? Well, it's not as obvious now since someone stole my mailbox. Oh, that reminds me. I'm supposed to give you this letter.
A letter?
Rufus, it's almost time.
Yes, I know. Sorry, Tony, but it's over. Once the fuse is lit, I'll be gone for good.
If only that was true.
I bet you're now sorry for some of the things you said. This is your final goodbye. There's nothing more you could say to prevent me from going. It's too late. You can beg all you want for that. I'm leaving for good. Let's do this as a final goodbye because this looks like, or feels like at least, a dialogue choice where you can't say them all. Sometimes you can say everything. I don't think this one though.
This is the final goodbye.
It's too early to jump for joy, I fear.
Oh. Well, we can go through them all. Let's just go through them all then.
I bet now you're sorry about some of the things you said.
That's right. Starting with, you can stay with me.
There's nothing you could say to prevent me from going.
What a stroke of luck. That means I can't say anything wrong.
No, it's too late. You can beg all you want, but I won't take you along with me.
Can I have that in writing?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Are you still hoping for a miracle?
If he finally disappeared for real. But in case it doesn't work out again, I'll at least have the satisfaction of seeing you injure yourself.
I'm leaving for good.
I'm leaving. For good.
I gave up hope of that a long time ago.
Alright. We now have the hand torch for the fuse.
Now is when it counts. Hullabaloo.
And we get in the pod. And we see if this works.
Ah, well, maybe I should read the letter. Dear Mr. Bridger, we are happy to inform you, blah, blah, blah. Get to the point, will ya? Unfortunately, the delivery of your screws will be delayed for... Please find enclosed a voucher for a pack of rivets. We apologize for any inconvenience this might have caused. Sincerely yours. Just a second. Screws?
Hey, it looks like we made it. And I think that is a good point for us to end this recording. We're gonna go hour-long episodes. I'm gonna check the audio because I'm not sure if that volume was anywhere close to being right. So next episode it should be corrected if it isn't. And yes, that's it for this episode. Like I said, this is supposed to be like a 30-hour game. With me playing, it might get a little bit longer than that even. So, as always, I end all my episodes the same way. I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos because all of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. That gets you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab. Click that and see all the other games I've covered and watch some of those too. That's very helpful too. As a relatively new YouTuber, I need as many views, as many ad clicks as possible actually. So click on those ads, that helps me if you want to. And then finally, down below in the description is a bunch of links to social media sites like Google+, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook. You can friend me on Steam, you can friend me on Battle.net, and I ask everybody to follow me on there. That tells you the exact second a new video is out, and it helps me with those services, so I can say I have more followers and friends on those services, which is helpful in the future as far as negotiating with companies and getting early access to games, if that would ever come about. And then, yep, that is it. So I like to wrap up the same way by saying thank you for watching and have a good evening. So thank you for watching and have a good evening.